Train Eater. The Train Eater was first reported upon by anomalous investigator Leovincible in the New York subway. Leo somehow managed to snap a picture of this creature in its non-camouflage state, an incredibly rare sight. In its resting state, the Train Eater resembles a long flesh-colored worm with the length of its body dotted with eyes. Like many creatures, if you poke it in the eye, it screams. In the front, this creature has a large mouth lined with razor-sharp teeth. Its mouth is usually agape, with a muscular structure in the front that looks like a trapped humanoid being. Scientists are unsure of what purpose this serves, but one theory is that it is a vestigial organ that ancestors of the Train Eater used to lure humans into its massive maw, which is why many of these lures have humongous tits. When in the presence of human beings, this entity is usually unrecognizable. It modifies parts of its body, bioshifting to perfectly mimic man-made vehicles such as trains, buses, hot tub stripper limos, etc. This appears to be an incredibly advanced anomalous form of camouflage, like a stick bug in a tree, or a leaf bug in a tree, or you at a clown convention. Indistinguishable. The train often shows up at vorophile conventions or busy subways during rush hour in order to have the largest potential meal. This entity gathers as many victims inside of itself as possible and then shifts its physiology to trap its victims inside, removing the doors they enter from. It will then speed off to an abandoned section of the tracks before filling its gut with corrosive digestive juices, digesting the entirety of the contents of its stomach. After this, it promptly enters a hibernation state before waking up a few weeks later with a renewed appetite. It operates like a regular train until full to the brim with passengers, so some people actually ride the Train Eater home from work being none the wiser that they were almost worm food. The Train Eater acts in a similar capacity to natural ambush predators. This is becoming a trope. We've covered a whole lot of anomalous ambush predators recently. Come on guys, get a new shtick. Paranormal researcher Clark Tidor has theorized that the Train Eater is actually an incredibly large insect capable of modifying itself in its physiology, but upon further investigation, this creature shares more in common with worms, and also somehow a lot with legless lizards. While some theorize that this is some sort of genetic amalgamation with DNA from the two, some always theorize that, so who the hell knows really? Some speculate that the Train Eater could be used as a fleshlight for a giant and that someone is me. The Train Eater is also capable of sprouting legs across its entire body, coming to resemble a monstrous fleshy centipede. It uses these legs to burrow under the ground, creating a nest to lay clutches of eggs. It also uses these legs to traverse between subways in the streets to avoid suspicion from human authorities. The FBI even occasionally catches really disturbed Train Eaters that masquerade as school buses. Fortunately, these Train Eaters are always the first to get murdered in Train Eater jail by the other criminal Train Eaters. Maybe karma is real. Human researchers are astounded at the level of intelligence that Train Eaters display. I don't know why your species is always so shocked when another animal is smart. Oh sure, fill your oceans to the brim with plastic bottles and be surprised when the collected microplastic amounts to you eating one credit card a week, but they're the idiots. While Train Eaters typically remain in one area and nest, there have been cases of nomadic Train Eaters. One of these entities masqueraded as a Greyhound bus, traveling around the entire country multiple times. This particular Train Eater was much larger than the average for its species, and contrary to their typical behavior, on occasion displayed aggression and active hunting rather than its typical sneaky behavior. Before its termination that many anomalous enforcement agencies claimed credit for, it left a trail of chaos in its wake. It imitated a travel van for a band before massacring and consuming the entire concert, transformed into a yacht before eating an entire cartel. It even had a travel vlog. If you like this video and want to see more, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with all notifications enabled, or I'll shove you into a suspicious fleshy train. You should also go watch my other horror comedy videos. Shout out to the Inner Circle. Love y'all. Okay, bye.